London, the capital of the United Kingdom, is a historic and cosmopolitan city known for its rich history, iconic landmarks, and vibrant cultural scene. Situated on the River Thames, London seamlessly blends its storied past with a thriving, modern, global identity. The city is renowned for its architectural and cultural treasures, such as the majestic Big Ben, the historic Tower of London, and the Grand Buckingham Palace, home to the British monarchy. London's skyline is a mix of old and new, where historic structures like St. Paul's Cathedral and Westminster Abbey coexist with modern icons like the Shard and the London Eye. As a global cultural capital, London is a hub for arts, theatre, and music. The West End is world-famous for its theatre productions, rivaling New York's Broadway, while institutions like the British Museum, Tate Modern, and the National Gallery offer world-class collections. The city is also known for its diverse food scene, ranging from traditional British pubs and afternoon teas to a myriad of international cuisines reflecting the city's multicultural population. London is made up of diverse neighborhoods, each with its unique character. The upscale areas of Mayfair and Kensington contrast with the trendy, creative vibes of Shoreditch and Camden, known for their markets, street art, and nightlife. The bustling streets of Covent Garden and the luxury shops of Oxford Street draw shoppers from around the world, while the open green spaces of Hyde Park, Regent's Park, and the historic KW Gardens offer peaceful retreats. The city is a major financial hub, with the City of London and Canary Wharf serving as centers of global business and finance. Its efficient transportation network, including the iconic London Underground Tube, red double-decker buses, and black cabs, makes exploring the city easy for locals and tourists alike. London's climate is temperate, with mild summers and cool, damp winters. It's a city that can be enjoyed year-round, whether you're exploring historical sites, enjoying outdoor festivals, or simply strolling along the Thames. In essence, London is a city of endless possibilities, a place where history meets innovation, offering something for every traveler, whether you're interested in its rich past, diverse culture, or cutting-edge modernity. London is the capital and largest city of both England and the United Kingdom, with a population of 8,866,180 in 2022. The wider metropolitan area is the largest in Western Europe, with a population of 14.9 million. London stands on the River Thames in southeast England, at the head of a 50-mile 80 kilometers estuary down to the North Sea, and has been a major settlement for nearly 2,000 years. Its ancient core and financial centre, the City of London, was founded by the Romans as Londinium and has retained its medieval boundaries. The city of Westminster, to the west of the City of London, has been the centuries-long host of the national government and parliament. London grew rapidly in the 19th century, becoming the world's largest city at the time. Since the 19th century, the name London has referred to the metropolis around the City of London, historically split between the counties of Middlesex, Essex, Surrey, Kent, and Hertfordshire, which since 1965 has largely comprised the administrative area of Greater London, governed by 33 local authorities and the Greater London Authority. As one of the world's major global cities, London exerts a strong influence on world art, entertainment, fashion, commerce, finance, education, healthcare, media, science, technology, tourism, transport, and communications. Despite a post-Brexit exodus of stock listings from the London Stock Exchange, London remains Europe's most economically powerful city and one of the world's major financial centers. It hosts Europe's largest concentration of higher education institutions, some of which are the highest-ranked academic institutions in the world: Imperial College London in Natural and Applied Sciences, the London School of Economics in Social Sciences, and the Comprehensive University College London. It is the most visited city in Europe and has the world's busiest city airport system. The London Underground is the world's oldest rapid transit system. London's diverse cultures encompass over 300 languages. The 2023 population of Greater London of just under 10 million made it Europe's third most populous city, accounting for 13.4% of the United Kingdom's population and over 16% of England's population. The Greater London built-up area is the fourth most populous in Europe, with about 9.8 million inhabitants as of 2011. The London metropolitan area is the third most populous in Europe, with about 14 million inhabitants as of 2016, making London a megacity. 4 World Heritage Sites are located in London: KW Gardens, at the Tower of London, the site featuring the Palace of Westminster, Church of St. Margaret, and Westminster Abbey, and the historic settlement in Greenwich where the Royal Observatory defines the prime meridian 0 degrees longitude and Greenwich Mean Time. Other landmarks include Buckingham Palace, the London Eye, Piccadilly Circus, St. Paul's Cathedral, Tower Bridge, and Trafalgar Square. The city has the most museums, art galleries, libraries, and cultural venues in the UK, including the British Museum, National Gallery, Natural History Museum, Tate Modern, British Library, and numerous West End theatres. Important sporting events held in London include the FA Cup Final, the Wimbledon Tennis Championships, and the London Marathon. It became the first city to host 3 Summer Olympic Games upon hosting the 2012 Summer Olympics. London is an ancient name, attested in the 1st century AD, usually in the Latinized form Londinium. Modern scientific analysis of the name must account for the origins of the different forms found in early sources: Latin usually Londinium, Old English usually London, and Welsh usually Lundane, with reference to the known developments over time of sounds in those different languages. It is agreed that the name came into these languages from Common Brythonic. Recent work tends to reconstruct the lost Celtic form of the name as Lundingen or something similar. This was then adapted into Latin as Londinium and borrowed into Old English. Until 1889, the name London applied officially only to the city of London, but since then it has also referred to the county of London and to Greater London. London, also known as Greater London, is one of 9 regions of England and the top subdivision covering most of the city's metropolis. The City of London at its core once comprised the whole settlement, but as its urban area grew, the Corporation of London resisted attempts to amalgamate the city with its suburbs, causing London to be defined several ways. 40% of Greater London is covered by the London Post Town, in which London forms part of postal addresses. The London telephone area code covers a larger area, similar in size to Greater London, although some outer districts are excluded and some just outside included. The Greater London boundary has been aligned to the M25 motorway in places. Further urban expansion is now prevented by the Metropolitan Green Belt, although the built-up area extends beyond the boundary in places, producing a separately defined Greater London urban area. Beyond this is the vast London commuter belt. Greater London is split for some purposes into Inner London and Outer London, and by the River Thames into North and South, with an informal Central London area. The coordinates of the nominal centre of London, traditionally the original Ileana Cross at Charing Cross near the junction of Trafalgar Square and Whitehall, are about 51 degree 30 26 and 00 degree 0739 W. Within London, both the City of London and the City of Westminster have city status. The City of London and the remainder of Greater London are both counties for the purposes of lieutenancies. The area of Greater London includes areas that are part of the historic counties of Middlesex, Kent, Surrey, Essex and Hertfordshire. More recently, Greater London has been defined as a region of England and in this context is known as London. It is the capital of the United Kingdom and of England by convention rather than statute. The capital of England was moved to London from Winchester as the Palace of Westminster developed in the 12th and 13th centuries to become the permanent location of the royal court, and thus the political capital of the nation. Greater London encompasses a total area of 611 square miles 1,583 kilometers, an area which had a population of 7,172,036 in 2001 and a population density of 11,760 inhabitants per square mile, 4,542 kilometers. The extended area known as the London Metropolitan Region or the London Metropolitan Agglomeration comprises a total area of 3,236 square miles, 8,382 kilometers, has a population of 13,709,000 and a population density of 3,900 inhabitants per square mile, 1,510 kilometers. Modern London stands on the Thames, its primary geographical feature, a navigable river which crosses the city from the southwest to the east. The Thames Valley is a floodplain surrounded by gently rolling hills including Parliament Hill, Addington Hills, and Primrose Hill. Historically, London grew up at the lowest bridging point on the Thames. The Thames was once a much broader, shallower river with extensive marshlands. At high tide, its shores reached 5 times their present width. Since the Victorian era, the Thames has been extensively embanked, and many of its London tributaries now flow underground. The Thames is a tidal river, and London is vulnerable to flooding. The threat has increased over time because of a slow but continuous rise in high water level caused by climate change and by the slow tilting of the British Isles as a result of post-glacial rebound. London has a temperate oceanic climate. Rainfall records have been kept in the city since at least 1697, when records began at KW. At KW, the most rainfall in 1 month is 7.4 inches 189 millimeters in November 1755 and the least is 0 inches in both December 1788 and July 1800. Mile End also had 0 inches in April 1893. The wettest year on record is 1903 with a total fall of 38. 1 inches 969 millimeters and the driest is 1921 with a total fall of 12.1 inches 308 millimeters. The average annual precipitation amounts to about 600 millimeters, which is half the annual rainfall of New York City. Despite relatively low annual precipitation, London receives 109.6 rainy days on the 1.0 millimeters threshold annually. London is vulnerable to climate change, and there is concern among hydrological experts that households may run out of water before 2050. Temperature extremes in London range from 40.2 degrees Celsius (104.4 degrees Fahrenheit) at Heathrow on 19 July 2020 to down to 17.4 degrees Celsius (0.7 degrees Fahrenheit) at North Holt on 13 December 1981. Records for atmospheric pressure have been kept in London since 1692. The highest pressure ever reported is 1049.8 millibars 31.00 in Hg on 20th January 2020. Summers are generally warm, sometimes hot. London's average July high is 23.5 degrees Celsius (74.3 degrees Fahrenheit). On average each year, London experiences 31 days above 25 degrees Celsius (77.0 degrees Fahrenheit) and 4.2 days above 30.0 degrees Celsius (86.0 degrees Fahrenheit). During the 2003 European heat wave, prolonged heat led to hundreds of heat-related deaths. A previous spell of 15 consecutive days above 32. 2 degrees Celsius (90.0 degrees Fahrenheit) in England in 1976 also caused many heat-related deaths. A previous temperature of 37.8 degrees Celsius (100.0 degrees Fahrenheit) in August 1911 at the Greenwich station was later disregarded as non-standard. Droughts can also, occasionally, be a problem, especially in summer, most recently in summer 2018, and with much drier than average conditions prevailing from May to December. However, the most consecutive days without rain was 73 days in the spring of 1893. Winters are generally cool with little temperature variation. Heavy snow is rare but snow usually falls at least once each winter. Spring and autumn can be pleasant. As a large city, London has a considerable urban heat island effect, making the center of London at times 5 degrees Celsius (9 degrees Fahrenheit) warmer than the suburbs and outskirts. London's buildings are too diverse to be characterized by any particular architectural style, partly because of their varying ages. Many grand houses and public buildings, such as the National Gallery, are constructed from Portland stone. Some areas of the city, particularly those just west of the center, are characterized by white stucco or whitewashed buildings. Few structures in central London predate the Great Fire of 1666, these being a few trace Roman remains, the Tower of London, and a few scattered Tudor survivors in the city. Further out is, for example, the Tudor period Hampton Court Palace. Part of the varied architectural heritage are the 17th century churches by Christopher Wren, neoclassical financial institutions such as the Royal Exchange and the Bank of England, to the early 20th century Old Bailey Courthouse and the 1960s Barbican Estate. The 1939 Battersea Power Station by the river in the southwest is a local landmark, while some railway termini are excellent examples of Victorian architecture, most notably Street Pancras and Paddington. The density of London varies, with high employment density in the central area and Canary Wharf, high residential densities in inner London, and lower densities in outer London. The monument in the City of London provides views of the surrounding area while commemorating the Great Fire of London, which originated nearby. Marble Arch and Wellington Arch, at the north and south ends of Park Lane, respectively, have royal connections, as do the Albert Memorial and Royal Albert Hall in Kensington. Nelson's Column, built to commemorate Admiral Horatio Nelson, is a nationally recognized monument in Trafalgar Square, one of the focal points of central London. Older buildings are mainly brick, commonly the yellow London stock brick. In the dense areas, most of the concentration is via medium and high-rise buildings. London's skyscrapers, such as 30 St Mary Axe, dubbed the Gherkin, Tower 42, the Broadgate Tower and 1 Canada Square, are mostly in the two financial districts, the City of London and Canary Wharf. High-rise development is restricted at certain sites if it would obstruct protected views of St Paul's Cathedral and other historic buildings. This protective policy, known as St Paul's Heights, has been in operation by the City of London since 1937. Nevertheless, there are a number of tall skyscrapers in central London, including the 95-story Shard London Bridge, the tallest building in the United Kingdom and Western Europe. Other notable modern buildings include the Scalpel, 20 Fenchurch Street, dubbed the Walkie-Talkie, the former City Hall in Southwark, the Art Deco BBC Broadcasting House, plus the postmodernist British Library in Somers Town, King's Cross, and No. 1 Poultry by James Sterling. The BT Tower stands at 620 feet 189 meters and has a 360-degree colored LED screen near the top. What was formerly the Millennium Dome, by the Thames too. The east of Canary Wharf is now an entertainment venue called the O Arena. London's gross regional product in 2019 was £503 billion, around a quarter of UK GDP. London has 5 major business districts: the City, Westminster, Canary Wharf, Camden, Islington, and Lambeth and Southwark. One way to get an idea of their relative importance is to look at relative amounts of office space. Greater London had 27 million m of office space in 2001, and the city contains the most space, with 8 million m of office space. London has some of the highest real estate prices in the world. London's finance industry is based in the City of London and Canary Wharf, the two major business districts. London took over as a major financial centre shortly after 1795, when the Dutch Republic collapsed before the Napoleonic armies. This caused many bankers established in Amsterdam to move to London. Also, London's market-centred system as opposed to the bank-centred one in Amsterdam grew more dominant in the 18th century. The London financial elite was strengthened by a strong Jewish community from all over Europe capable of mastering the most sophisticated financial tools of the time. This economic strength of the city was attributed to its diversity. By the mid-19th century, London was the leading financial centre, and at the end of the century, over half the world's trade was financed in British currency. As of 2023, London ranks second in the world rankings on the Global Financial Centres Index, and it ranked second in A.T. Kearney's 2018 Global Cities Index. London's largest industry is finance, and its financial exports make it a large contributor to the UK's balance of payments. Notwithstanding a post-Brexit exodus of stock listings from the London Stock Exchange, London is still one of Europe's most economically powerful cities, and it remains one of the major financial centres of the world. It is the world's biggest currency trading centre, accounting for some 37% of the $5.1 trillion average daily volume, according to the Biz. Over 85%, 3.2 million of the employed population of Greater London works in the services industries. Because of its prominent global role, London's economy had been affected by the financial crisis of 2007-2008. However, by 2010 the city had recovered, put in place new regulatory powers, proceeded to regain lost ground, and re-established London's economic dominance. Along with professional services headquarters, the City of London is home to the Bank of England, London Stock Exchange, and Lloyd's of London Insurance Market. Founded in 1690, Barclays, whose branch in Enfield, North London installed the first cash machine in 1967, is one of the oldest banks in continuous operation. Over half the UK's top 100 listed companies, the FTSE 100 and over 100 of Europe's 500 largest companies have their headquarters in central London. Over 70% of the FTSE 100 are within London's metropolitan area, and 75% of Fortune 500 companies have offices in London. In a 1990 report commissioned by the London Stock Exchange, Sir Adrian Cadbury, chairman of his family's confectionery company Cadbury, produced the Cadbury Report, a code of best practice which served as a basis for reform of corporate governance around the world. In 1993, remains of a Bronze Age bridge were found on the South River Thames foreshore, upstream from Vauxhall Bridge. Two of the timbers were radiocarbon dated to 1750-1285 BC. In 2010, foundations of a large timber structure, dated to 4800-4500 BC, were found on the Thames South foreshore downstream from Vauxhall Bridge. Both structures are on the south bank of the Thames, where the now underground river Effra flows into the Thames. Despite the evidence of scattered Brythonic settlements in the area, the first major settlement was founded by the Romans around 1947 AD, about 4 years after their invasion of 43 AD. This only lasted until about 61 AD, when the Iceni tribe led by Queen Boudica stormed it and burnt it to the ground. The next planned incarnation of Londinium prospered, superseding Colchester as the principal city of the Roman province of Britannia in 100. At its height in the 2nd century, Roman London had a population of about 60,000. With the early 5th century collapse of Roman rule, the walled city of Londinium was effectively abandoned, although Roman civilization continued around St. Martin in the Fields until about 450. From about 500, an Anglo-Saxon settlement known as Londonwic developed slightly west of the old Roman city. By about 680 the city had become a major port again, but there is little evidence of large-scale production. From the 820s repeated Viking assaults brought decline. 3 are recorded, those in 851 and 886 succeeded, while the last, in 994, was rebuffed. The Vikings applied Danelaw over much of eastern and northern England, its boundary running roughly from London to Chester as an area of political and geographical control imposed by the Viking incursions formally agreed by the Danish warlord, Guthrum, and the West Saxon king Alfred the Great in 886. The Anglo-Saxon Chronicle records that Alfred refounded London in 886. Archaeological research shows this involved abandonment of Londonwic and a revival of life and trade within the old Roman walls. London then grew slowly until a dramatic increase in about 950. By the 11th century, London was clearly the largest town in England. Westminster Abbey, rebuilt in Romanesque style by King Edward the Confessor, was one of the grandest churches in Europe. Winchester had been the capital of Anglo-Saxon England, but from this time London became the main forum for foreign traders and the base for defense in time of war. In the view of Frank Stenton, it had the resources, and it was rapidly developing the dignity and the political self-consciousness appropriate to a national capital. After winning the Battle of Hastings, William, Duke of Normandy was crowned King of England in newly completed Westminster Abbey on Christmas Day 1066. William built the Tower of London, the first of many such in England rebuilt in stone in the southeastern corner of the city, to intimidate the inhabitants. In 1097, William II began building Westminster Hall, near the Abbey. It became the basis of a new Palace of Westminster. In the 12th century, the institutions of central government, which had hitherto followed the Royal English Court around the country, grew in size and sophistication and became increasingly fixed, for most purposes at Westminster, although the Royal Treasury came to rest in the Tower. While the city of Westminster developed into a true governmental capital, its distinct neighbour, the City of London, remained England's largest city and principal commercial centre and flourished under its own unique administration, the Corporation of London. In 1100, its population was some 18,000, by 1300 it had grown to nearly 100,000. With the Black Death in the mid-14th century, London lost nearly a third of its population. London was the focus of the Peasants' Revolt in 1381. London was a centre of England's Jewish population before their expulsion by Edward I in 1290. Violence against Jews occurred in 1190, when it was rumoured that the new king had ordered their massacre after they had presented themselves at his coronation. In 1264, during the Second Barons' War, Simon de Montfort's rebels killed 500 Jews while attempting to seize records of debts. During the Tudor period, the Reformation produced a gradual shift to Protestantism. Much of London property passed from church to private ownership, which accelerated trade and business in the city. In 1475, the Hanseatic League set up a main trading base of England in London, called the Stolhof or Steelyard. It remained until 1853, when the Hanseatic cities of Lübeck, Bremen and Hamburg sold the property to South-Eastern Railway. Woolen cloth was shipped undyed and undressed from 14th-15th century London to the nearby shores of the Low Countries. Yet English maritime enterprise hardly reached beyond the seas of northwest Europe. The commercial route to Italy and the Mediterranean was normally through Antwerp and over the Alps. Any ships passing through the Strait of Gibraltar to or from England were likely to be Italian or Ragusan. The reopening of the Netherlands to English shipping in January 1565 spurred a burst of commercial activity. The Royal Exchange was founded. Mercantilism grew and monopoly traders such as the East India Company were founded as trade expanded to the New World. London became the main North Sea port, with migrants arriving from England and abroad. The population rose from about 50,000 in 1530 to about 225,000 in 1605. In the 16th century, William Shakespeare and his contemporaries lived in London during the English Renaissance theatre. Shakespeare's Globe Theatre was constructed in 1599 in Southwark. Stage performances came to a halt in London when Puritan authorities shut down the theatres in the 1640s. The ban on theatre was lifted during the Restoration in 1660, and London's oldest operating theatre, Drury Lane, opened in 1663 in what is now the West End Theatre District. By the end of the Tudor period in 1603, London was still compact. There was an assassination attempt on James I in Westminster, in the Gunpowder Plot of 5th November 1605. In 1637, the government of Charles I attempted to reform administration in the London area. This called for the corporation of the city to extend its jurisdiction and administration over expanding areas around the city. Fearing an attempt by the Crown to diminish the liberties of London, coupled with a lack of interest in administering these additional areas of concern by city guilds of having to share power, caused the corporations the Great Refusal. A decision which largely continues to account for the unique governmental status of the city. In the English Civil War, the majority of Londoners supported the parliamentary cause. After an initial advance by the Royalists in 1642, culminating in the battles of Brentford and Turnham Green, London was surrounded by a defensive perimeter wall known as the Lines of Communication. The lines were built by up to 20,000 people and were completed in under 2 months. The fortifications failed their only test when the new model army entered London in 1647, and they were levelled by Parliament the same year. London was plagued by disease in the early 17th century, culminating in the Great Plague of 1665-1666, which killed up to 100,000 people, or a fifth of the population. The Great Fire of London broke out in 1666 in Pudding Lane in the city and quickly swept through the wooden buildings. Rebuilding took over 10 years and was supervised by polymath Robert Hooke. In 1710, Christopher Wren's masterpiece, St. Paul's Cathedral, was completed, replacing its medieval predecessor that burned in the Great Fire of 1666. The Dome of St. Paul's dominated the London skyline for centuries, inspiring the artworks and writing of William Blake, with his 1789 poem, Holy Thursday, referring to the High Dome of Paul's. During the Georgian era, new districts such as Mayfair were formed in the west. New bridges over the Thames encouraged development in South London. In the east, the Port of London expanded downstream. London's development as an international financial centre matured for much of the 18th century. In 1762, George III acquired Buckingham House, which was enlarged over the next 75 years. During the 18th century, London was said to be dogged by crime, and the Bow Street Runners were established in 1750 as a professional police force. Epidemics during the 1720s and 30s saw most children born in the city die before reaching their 5th birthday. Coffee houses became a popular place to debate ideas, as growing literacy and development of the printing press made news widely available, with Fleet Street becoming the center of the British press. The invasion of Amsterdam by Napoleonic armies led many financiers to relocate to London, and the first London International issue was arranged in 1817. Around the same time, the Royal Navy became the world's leading war fleet, acting as a major deterrent to potential economic adversaries. Following a fire in 1838, the Royal Exchange was redesigned by William Tite and rebuilt in 1844. The repeal of the Corn Laws in 1846 was specifically aimed at weakening Dutch economic power. London then overtook Amsterdam as the leading international financial centre.